You've probably noticed how warm it's been outside, but did you know yesterday we hit 99 degrees? Our average first 100-degree day is May 2nd. We were so close yesterday. We'll likely see those first triple digits next week. As you head out the door tomorrow, very similar to today, we'll see temperatures in those mid to upper 80s. You might want to pack a sweater as you head out the door, but pack that tank top as well because things will heat up quite rapidly. There are absolutely no rain chances in the forecast either, and that's because of this ridge of high pressure that's hanging over the west coast. It's packing the heat, especially to parts of California. San Francisco will see record highs later on. Well, 2022 has been pretty dry, only a half an inch of rain so far. National Weather Service just announced we'll have a more active monsoon season. Here in the valley, we have seen a soggy Wednesday. But the high country has experienced freezing conditions, heavy snow accumulations, and icy roadways. The skiers at Arizona Snow Bowl seem to be enjoying the new snow. This is their gondola camera from earlier today. They have already seen 12 inches of snow accumulation in the last 24 hours. But will there be 6 weeks left of winter according to the groundhog? We'll see about that because we got temperatures in the 70s, even hitting 77 on Thursday. Clear skies out your window right now, 78 degrees and sunny. We're looking at 202 facing west. We have 2 low pressure systems affecting us as soon as Friday. Friday, we actually will see some scattered showers across the valley. Nothing too crazy, but Saturday, we actually will see another round of a low pressure system coming through, bringing snow levels down to 5,000 feet and possibly a few showers on the valley floor. And we have an eventful weekend ahead. The Phoenix Open, great day to be on the golf course. Super Bowl Sunday, seeing 80-degree temperatures there. And Monday, we're also flirting with the 80s for our Valentine's Day. That's because of this low pressure system that's hanging out over the state. It's been pretty dry for the most part, and it's clearing out tonight. But the one thing we do have to worry about is this polar jet stream, bringing cold air from the north. Usually the polar jet stream likes to hang out in these northern states, but it wanted to take a visit to Phoenix and packed its bag full of cold temperatures. How cold are we talking? While it's calm here, it's not so calm out there in the east. We have a textbook mid-latitude cyclone that's going to be bringing severe weather to the southern portions of the U.S. We've had quite the roller coaster of temperatures so far this year, but actually we are 61 days into 2022 and we're trending pretty hot. 39 of those days have been above average, and this is quite high compared to previous years. Just last year at this time, we were at 33 days, but like I said, it's going to start heating up. And when I say heating up, it's going to heat up quite a lot. If you start on Sunday, we're seeing 75 degrees, but even Wednesday, we are 15 degrees above average, 87 degrees for Wednesday and Thursday. So if you like the cold temperatures, enjoy the next couple of days, but we've got something for everyone. If you like the sunshine, just gotta wait about a week. One thing that's really interesting to look at when the temperatures are so hot are the dew point temperatures. Dew point indicates if the atmosphere is moist or dry. Yesterday's wind gusts reached nearly 50 miles an hour in northern Arizona, causing the fire 14 miles north of Flagstaff to grow rapidly. The tunnel fire began on Sunday morning in the Timberline area just west of Highway 89. But as wind gusts picked up, dry grasses and pines fueled the fire to spread to over 19,000 acres as of this afternoon. Winds aren't blowing as strong today, but the National Weather Service in Las Vegas has issued a fire weather watch starting tomorrow morning. Dry conditions will continue throughout the week, and wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour will return to the high country tomorrow. I'll be back later to give you more details on the forecast. If you're going out for your workout Wednesday, you might need to wait until about sunset, 86 degrees at 7 p.m., and we cool down into the 70s as soon as 10 p.m. We'll hit 94 degrees on Thursday, a little bit breezy as well. Friday will be less than ideal for those wildfires, very windy, and down into the 70s because of that low pressure system. Happy Friday. We're heating up here in the valley. You probably already noticed those record high temperatures outside today. And tonight we're at 92 right now, 23-degree dew point, 10% humidity, and a wind just slightly at 6 miles an hour. For the rest of this evening, we will cool down just slightly into the 80s by 8 p.m. and barely in those 70s by 10 p.m. Overnight tonight, we'll be in the 60s, so staying pretty warm for this time of year, especially for March. We expect that first 90-degree day by about March 30th every year, so about right on time. 63 in Phoenix overnight, 37 in Flagstaff, and then tomorrow will be way warmer than today actually. 95, maybe hitting 96 in some parts of the valley, 68 there in Flagstaff, and 95 is really all around for now. Starting tomorrow though, we will heat up quite rapidly actually. At 8 a.m. we'll be in the 60s, but not for long. We'll hit those 90s by 2 p.m., hitting 95 or 96 by 4 p.m. And then for the rest of this weekend, we can also still expect those 90s, 94 on Sunday, 80s on Monday, and then Monday night is when that pattern change starts to trickle in. A low pressure system enters the valley, bringing those rain chances up, bringing us also into the 60s. And then the rest of next week, we're right around average, 81 degrees this time of year, so right on track. Make sure to get out those flip-flops, pack the sunscreen, find a pool nearby for this weekend, and enjoy the rest of the week. In the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Payton Major. Happy Wednesday. Yesterday was an incredibly windy day. We reached gusts of 30 miles an hour here in Phoenix. Today is a different story, much calmer outside, and going to continue those calm gusts today and the rest of tomorrow. But why was it so windy? That's because of a cold front. Now, we often hear about cold fronts, but what exactly is it? A cold front represents the boundary between cold and warm air. It usually cools down temperatures and packs dry air with it. It's one of the many uplift mechanisms we like to say in meteorology. If it was moist outside in the air, it probably would have rained yesterday, but since it's so dry, it brought us those windy conditions that we saw. Since it's also so dry, look at these dew points in the negatives. We often do not see this time of year. Also probably why your skin's been dry, your lips been dry. It's because the air is trying to take moisture from wherever it can. So make sure maybe to apply some lotion tonight. This morning was pretty cold. We woke up in the 40s, 51 tomorrow for our low, in the below freezing range in the high country. Highs tomorrow will be 10 degrees hotter than today, 84 in Phoenix and Tucson, 58 in Flagstaff. We'll hit 90 as soon as Friday this week. Saturday, we'll have those breezy conditions similar to yesterday, and the rest of this week is looking pretty warm. 92 on Easter Sunday, a chance of 100 degrees come Monday, and the mid-90s all next week. Our first 100-degree day is May 2nd. Since we're trending so warm this year, we'll likely see that first 100 day in the next couple of weeks. In the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Payton Major.
Yeah.
So what happens when a solar panel reaches the end of its 20 to 30-year lifespan? Well, the last place it should end up is in a landfill. That's why an Arizona State University professor and his team are working on a technology to salvage the panel's precious metals, such as silicon, silver, and even lead.
I am working on increasing the recovery rates of the lead. We don't want this ending up in our environment, in our groundwater, things like that.
Eagles are scavengers, and they often feed on animal carcasses littered with lead bullet fragments left by hunters. But Arizona is trying to get hunters to leave the lead behind. An eagle's unique call can be urgent, especially when they're hungry. But there's also an urgency from research biologists about the use of lead ammunition while hunting. A new study published in the journal Science looks at the impacts of lead ingestion in eagles around the country.
Primary findings of our study are that almost 50% of bald and golden eagles showed signs of repeated lead exposure throughout their lives.
The Arizona Game and Fish Department off Carefree Highway encourages use of non-lead ammo when hunting. Arizona is making waves in the sustainable fashion industry. Fabric, a nonprofit, guides small businesses to create eco-friendly products from the start.
Fashion is the second most polluting industry on the planet. It's second to the oil industry and probably catching up very fast. And so it's ready to be, disrupted.
Fabric gives people a place to work and bring their ideas to life. Using their new Cornet Presto printer, they're able to create water-free, personalized designs with less labor than traditional clothing production. And they are the first in the nation to do so. This kind of technology sets small businesses up for success.
The good news is that fashion as a whole, the whole industry has had a wake-up call. And so there's more and more options. They're really being more conscious in how they're actually making the fabrics so that then the end product is also, more sustainable.
Weather balloons are launched twice a day at over 100 places around the nation. But due to the helium shortage, the National Weather Service is limiting their launches. These balloons include an instrument called a radiosonde, which collects temperature, humidity, and wind speeds as it floats into the air. But with a lack of helium, the weather balloons aren't collecting data as frequently. The helium shortage is due in part to the war in Ukraine. Russia is one of the main suppliers of this gas for the United States.